And we're back with News Talk tonight. We're joined by Jeff Katz, Friends of Doubleday Field, former mayor of Cooperstown, but a baseball lover. And
Yes.
This that you've got coming up is a major hot stove fundraiser, of course, benefiting the historic Doubleday Field. And it's coming up in February, but now's the time you want to get the word out so that we get people, as many people as we can.
Yes.
And of course, Friends of Doubleday Field, there's so much involved with what you guys and what Cooperstown is doing to renovate, to update,
Right.
if you will. But again, just because funds have come in doesn't mean
Right.
funds aren't still needed.
Yeah, right. In my last year as mayor, there was a big push to get money to fix Doubleday, and we got $5 million from Empire State Development, Senator Seward, then Assemblyman McGee. But there's always needs. There's a grant matching need, and then there's just kind of the day-to-day things that I can tell you from when I was mayor of Cooperstown were hard to fit in the budget. So
Sure.
Friends of Doubleday was pretty much a dormant 501c3 that needed to be brought back to life.
Sure.
And once I was done with mayor, becoming president of Friends of Doubleday seemed like a natural fit.
Let's talk about this fundraiser that's coming up February 7th through the 9th. It's kind of unique. It's a whole weekend, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to do a hot stove weekend, so hot stove being kind of the off season where people talk about baseball happenings. And Friends of Doubleday became kind of the natural umbrella. So from February 7th to 9th, we're having the first Cooperstown hot stove weekend with 5 really fantastic baseball people. MLB Network's Brian Kenny, multiple Emmy Award winner, host of the Hall of Fame inductions these years, will be there. Jay Jaffe, who's the top Hall of Fame writer. He writes columns and books about Hall of Fame, elections and candidates. Todd Radom, who's the top sports graphic designer in the country, will be there. Tom Schieber, senior curator at the Hall of Fame, as well as David Roth, who was until recently at Deadspin, but David's really one of my favorite writers in the country on many topics, including baseball.
A lot to talk about
Yeah.
in baseball, and we could go on forever talking about that. But let's talk about where we are when it comes to the changes that we're seeing at Doubleday. I mean, you and I talked a couple of years ago in the off season,
Right.
on and off throughout this process, along with officials and things like that. This is an upgrade that has been needed for a long time, and now we're really starting to see these things come to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always been a misconception on who owns Doubleday Field and who maintains it, and it's
Right.
a village-owned property.
Yes.
A big structure that the village of Cooperstown needs to maintain, and has done a good job of it. But the kind of grand infrastructure improvements, making the entranceway more elegant and appropriate, fixing the parking lot, updating the third base bleachers, things like that, were impossible to kind of do within a village budget. So that's why I said, getting some state money to improve what is really a regional attraction. There's over 300 games a year that's played on that field right off Main Street, and the sales tax and bed tax that comes in benefits all of Otsego County.
Let's talk, we got about a minute left. I want to talk about the actual fundraiser
Yes.
from February 7th through the 9th, and it's $100 for the whole weekend.
Right.
Tell me where it is and all of the details.
Yeah, so it's all over the village. We have a Friday night meet and greet at Upstate Barbecue, Saturday all-day sessions with our media people, Saturday night a dinner at Templeton Hall, Sunday morning there's actually a sold-out breakfast at the Landmark Inn, followed by an authors event. But you can go to friendsofdoubleday.org. There's an events page. You can get there through the homepage or straight there, and it has ticket buying information. And tickets are selling, but we want to pack the house and have a good event for the field.
Absolutely. And of course, baseball and food and sports talk, it's right up
What
everybody's
could be
alley.
better? And we have the hottest of all hot stoves with this cheating scandal. So a lot for our writers to talk about and for our audience to talk
And
about.
most likely, we will definitely know next week who's going in the Hall of Fame.
And it's on the heels. That is by
Yes.
design.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Jeff.
Great,
Thank you so
Jason.
much for
Thank
coming
you.
in.